Hi there, thank you for joining us. Today we are joined with the High Commissioner of Canada to Guyana, Her Excellency Lillian Chatterjee. Welcome. And we will be talking about the International Day of the Girl. Your Excellency, let's start with the role that Canada is playing in helping to promote the girl.
Well, first of all, I want to wish you happy International Day of the Girl. And Canada is very proud to say that we spearheaded this initiative at the United Nations. And so the UN adopted the International Day of the Girl because Canada tabled it for adoption. And that was in about 2012. So it's been 6 years now that we've been doing this, and we're very proud of it. And it's really taken off. It's global. It's a global initiative, and everyone participates. And now Guyana has been participating.
All right, before we go to Guyana's participation in this observation, what are some of the ways that Canada observes?
Well, the whole purpose, and I get this question a lot, why isn't there an International Day of the Boy? Why is there only an International Day of the Girl? And to which I say, well, boys have 364 days of the year. It's okay for the girl to have one day, especially for the girl. And so what we try and do with this day is just to boost the confidence of young women and recognize that they help give them recognition. That they can aspire to whatever they want to aspire to, that they're not held back by obstacles. And it's just to help them get a vision of what they can do when they grow up and become adults, but also what they can do as young girls in the meantime. So it's so Canada does a lot in this area, and we have a feminist international assistance policy that promotes the role of women and girls, not just in Canada, but also globally.
Now, is this part of the reason why Canada was very instrumental in helping Guyana celebrate the Day of the Girl by participating in the hosting of a female as the Prime Minister for a day?
Yes, well, actually, it started last year. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau gave up his seat for a young Canadian girl, and she sat in her seat in Parliament. So I turned to Prime Minister Nagamutu and said, would you like to match Prime Minister Trudeau's initiative? So last year, he immediately accepted. So last year, we had a Prime Minister for a day, along with the High Commissioner for a day, which we've been doing now for three years. And then this year, that was so successful. He had the Prime Minister for a day address Cabinet last year, and we had a day full of activities. And so this year, I said, well, I turned to President Granger and said, President Granger, would you like to have a young woman be president for a day? And he was very willing to join Prime Minister Nagamutu. The Canadian High Commission ran a public competition, and we invited young women in Guyana to post a video to say why the International Day of the Girl was important to them and what they thought were the issues facing young women in Guyana. And we got a wonderful response. And then we selected three candidates for the three positions. And I have to say, I am so proud of the young women in Guyana because they are articulate, they are passionate, they are very smart and knowledgeable, and full of confidence, actually. They have more confidence than I had at their age. And So I think the future of Guyana is bright if we keep seeing these kind of videos year after year.
You know, and overall, how important is it for persons to recognize the role of women and young girls in society?
It's important because it is allowing young women to think, yes, maybe someday I could be president of Guyana. Now, you did have a woman president many years ago, but the young women now weren't born then. So it gives them a vision that this is possible. They could be elected by the citizens of Guyana someday to become president or prime minister. And they addressed cabinet, and they addressed the entire cabinet, and they spoke very well, very passionately, and very eloquently. And they also met the First Lady, and they met the Speaker, Dr. Barton Scotland. So they felt special, but they also realized just how much work is involved in being president or prime minister. They actually had a very busy day, and they said, oh my, this is very tiring. we have a real concept now of how busy they must be. So that was good. It was good for them to understand that presidents and prime ministers and cabinet ministers and speakers have busy days.
Your Excellency, is there anything else that the High Commission is planning in observation of this day?
Well, actually, I was so inspired by all the videos that we've invited all the candidates, not just the ones that have that we selected, these three. We've invited them all. They're coming to my residence, and we're having a celebration. And I've also invited the women's staff of the Canadian High Commission to celebrate with us. So we're looking forward to that.
This celebration is happening on the day itself?
Absolutely, on International Day of the Girl.
That is wonderful. Well, thank you so very much for speaking with us, Your Excellency.
Well, it was my pleasure, and I would like everybody, boys and girls, to celebrate this day, and men and women as well. Cherish your young girls. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for watching.